the US. It's just so exciting to know that the demand for chefs all around the world, both in cruise ships. I remember when I first got to school in South Africa, that would be like 13 years ago. I was talking to my proprietress, and she said to me, she said, you know, when I went to school to study about hair, the first place I worked was in a cruise ship. She said, I worked in a cruise ship for 3 years. I said, really? She said, yes. So she was always in, and she will always have days out to rest. She said, Daisy, I made money. And I thought maybe when I finish, I should go and work in a cruise ship. Yes, I have some clients who traveled, probably maybe relocated, and then when they come home for visit and they come to me, they always say, it's so difficult to find a professional salon. Even when you find one, they are not, so vast with ethnic hair. Our hair type is totally different and is very beautiful and wonderful. So be proud of your hair. An example, a person skilled in digital marketing or hair restoration therapy can thrive as an entrepreneur or freelancer even without traditional employment. So we're going to look at the role of skills in personal development. First is empowerment. Skills give individual confidence and independence to pursue opportunities. That is number one. Number two, innovation and creativity. Skillful people are solution-oriented and can create new products, services, or ideas. You sit down and 1,001 ideas just comes to you. You create ideas by the second. Why? Because you are skillful. You can actually match 1 and 2 together to create 5 and 10. Because you are skillful. So you become very creative. Number 3, self-reliance. With practical skills, one can earn a living without depending solely on white-collar job. Number 4, continuous learning. Acquiring new skills fosters personal growth and adaptability in a rapidly changing world. We are in a rapid changing world, and you need to know what kind of skill do I need to acquire? What additional skills do I need to acquire? So we look at economic importance of skills acquisition. First, it will reduce unemployment. Skill-based education and training prepares individuals for the job market, reducing dependence on government employment. Secondly, it will boost entrepreneurship. In every facade of our industry and in the world today, we think, in fact, in the government sector, what they think about is employment. You always hear about the rate of unemployment, the percentage, the degradation of the rate of unemployment. But you can be an employer of labor if you acquire skills. And there are 1,001 skills out there that you can acquire. Until I went to study, I realized that, even something, the skill that you call plumbing is a technical skill. And when you go to school and study plumbing, you are different from the roadside plumber that is out there that comes to lay a pipe in your house and destroys another one. Why? Because there are standards and there are quality control that they follow. There are standards that they follow. So in acquiring skill, it's not just, I am learning work. It's beyond I'm learning work. We used to have a lot of technical colleges. I remember some years back, I sent a young man to go study in one of the technical colleges at Ojodu. He went there and he studied electrical application. After 2 years, when he graduated, he started telling me, he said, I'm engineer Victor. I said, how are you an engineer now? And then he brought his certificate and showed me. He said, I'm now an electrical engineer. I said, really? So I said, okay. So I moved to a particular place and I said, okay, come and do the electrical work here. And he did an excellent job. I realized that he was so precise, the precision, the diligence, the measurement, the way he was speaking. I said, oh, you really acquired skill. So there are educational boards or bodies that train you, and that is why we are here today. You're going to gain a lot of knowledge and you're going to have a lot of insight. When the masters of ceremonies were reiterating yesterday's, outcome. They said something, what with one word, describe. I said insight. Yesterday was so insightful because I discovered that, there are lots I can actually learn. I can actually be trained to be skillful in a lot of areas that will be beneficial, not just for me alone, but for the environment that I live. So what are the skills that you want to acquire beyond your certification? So we say it will reduce unemployment, boost entrepreneurship, enhance productivity, and attract investment. Countries with a skilled workforce attract foreign direct investment and promote industrialization. Trust me, there are funds for entrepreneurship that come into the country every year. But the question is, how many skills actually get to access those funding? There's always provision for skills. We're going to look at the social importance of skills acquisition. Number one, it will reduce poverty. Any country that is poor is a country that has not raised skillful individuals. And a laborer is worthy of his wages. You will work and you will earn. Work and you will earn. Gainful employment through skills acquisition discourages idleness and social vices. So, we are going to look at the educational perspective. Now, it is now shift from theory to practice. It's not about solving mathematical problems in class. It goes beyond that. So it's a shift. There's a shift right now in this paradigm. Education today should not only focus on academic, but also on practical and vocational training, which is one of the things we're going to be doing in the skills sector that we have just inaugurated, that has just been inaugurated by the federal government. One of the things we are going to do is go to schools and deploy curriculums to the schools so that the students, as they learn, they can acquire different skills, vocational skills. So we're looking at this, and then integrating skills training in schools helps students prepare for life beyond the classroom. Institutions like vocational centers, polytechnics, and technical colleges play a vital role in this transformation, and we're going to be working with them in the forthcoming months. Example, a student learning fashion design, cosmetology. Haven't you heard? For many of you are on social media, and you know how much most of our fashion designers, our celebrity fashion designers, charge just to make one dress. When I heard the amount, I said, wow, should I go into fashion? What about makeup artists? I know some makeup artists, just sitting down and doing your makeup in 1 hour, you've paid 1 million. They are my friends. We all operate in the same circle. We operate in the same industry. Just to do your makeup, 1 million naira. Wow. Now you want to be a makeup artist, right? Just to take your measurement, they call it consultation. You pay 500,000 consultation. Then to make the dress, 3 million. So what kind of employment do you want to offer such a person? But that is what their skills has acquired for them. So a student learning fashion design, cosmetology, or computer programming while studying gains dual advantage, which is education and employability. So while you are in school studying, there's a curriculum that is set for you to acquire definite skills. Skills acquisition is different from talent. You say, I'm talented. You may be so talented, but you operate your talent wrongly because there are processes to discharging your services. When you acquire these skills, there are processes, there are standards. In the Standard Organization of Nigeria, where I function in the technical committee, what we are doing is setting standards for the beauty and wellness industry. We are saying, if you operate in this industry, there are certain things that are not allowed, and there are certain processes